forward this that I'm screen sharing, just in case there's anything of value that we can post on YouTube when there's questions.
Okay. I'll be right back.
No worries. It's just going to be a really easy, informal sort of thing. So I'm just going to go about my usual activities in World and browse other people's sims. Hey, LadyBug's over here too. In World, cool. Hey. I wonder if voice chat works in, like if I go here. Oh, it works in both. That's got to be confusing now. You got to mute one of them. Wouldn't that be, one would be instant. Yeah.
Mute one. Okay, I'm back.
Hey, how you going? I just went. I can use my microphone in Discord and OBS and Second Life. So that's interesting.
Oh yeah, the multiple microphones, that can get confusing.
That's new, is it? Because it used to not work like that. I've turned it off in SL just in case. So I'll just chat in SL if anyone talks in SL. So the sounds are coming from my headset. Good, so it records from there. Yep, cool. So
well,
it's
that's
recording.
Usually where it records from.
Yeah, I can choose in OBS if I want it to be from, the desktop speakers or my headphones. So it's better in my headphones, just in case there's anything of value. I'll take snippets and put it on YouTube and make shorts and stuff. So how's everything going with fermenting and that?
Oh, good. I've actually been today working on how to go about changing the scripts for the fermenter specifically.
Yeah.
Because it needs its own scripts. But it also needs the old scripts so you can still just tell it a recipe and it cooks off that recipe. Ooh. So it's not just writing new scripts for it, it's taking the old scripts and then adding them to it, but in a way that where it can still be updated with the updating system.
That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, it's why it's going to be one of the most difficult stations to do.
Difficult but doable.
Oh yeah, definitely doable
for you.
And then I was also looking at the meter we have on it is technically a hydrometer, and the way a normal hydrometer works is you start the brew and it'll start at like a 1.084.
Right.
And as it brews down, it will decrease until it gets to the 1.000. So and that's when the yeast has eaten all of the sugar.
Yep. And you're going to put that on. You're going to make a little hydrometer on the current fermenter, right? Okay.
I'm debating if I want to make an actual hydrometer on it, or if I want to just do something more simplistic, like a percentage gauge, to where the percentage of the sugar that's converted. Now, where this can get confusing is if you've put too much sugar for your yeast. Because then your hydrometer is not going to drop down to 1.0. You're going to still have sugar in the water, because that's what hydrometer measures. Yeah. It measures the amount of sugar in the liquid.
Okay.
So if you put too much sugar in for your yeast, you'll still have a hydrometer reading, but all your yeast is used up, and your yeast will start producing off poisons and stuff like that, because you haven't. It's over fermenting, which
that'd be interesting.
The reason, well, technically in real life that wouldn't happen. You could just let it age out, and it would just age and age. The yeast would die off, and it would be an aged wine. But for gameplay purposes, we want over fermentation to represent the taste going bad and whatnot. So what we're doing is, if the time period for the yeast, if it reaches its maximum alcohol, it will continue to work, but it will start to produce sickness instead of alcohol for every time. I'm not going to give away all the exact times, because I want the brewers to be able to go in and
of course,
experiment with the times and stuff. But,
ooh. I'm looking at the mesh now, and I can see
That's
where you're thinking of putting this hygrometer, or it's called hygrometer in German or something. That'd be interesting to get
yeah.
that working.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to that mesh is going to stay the way it is, but the face is I'm going to actually put in my own face there with my own needles and everything, and
Whoa.
it's just basically going to have its own little script that runs and says, okay, move this needle for every percentage that comes through.
Oh, how cool is that going to be? So the fermenter's you can just walk into your brewery and have a look at the fermenter and go, look at your hydrometer and go, oh yeah, this is about the level I want for this brew. I'll take it out here. Or I want to leave it for another few hours, another couple of days to achieve a higher rating. Yep. That's awesome.
Okay, I've been corrected that the hydrometer measures the density of the fluid, not the sugar.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. And look, I get a... What's it? I must have an old script on me. I just killed my stack heap collision. That's all right.
And what I'm also thinking of doing is adding a label on the front of the fermenter.
Yep.
So it'll be like a wraparound text that when you start it, it gives the starting date and the starting sugar level. Or if we wanted to go with the hydrometer route, it would give the starting hydrometer level.
Yep.
And so you could just walk down if you have a whole bunch of fermenters, walk down and see what date they started and probably what time they started and the initial sugar level. So you'd know, okay, this has been going for 14 days. I should check it. Then you click it. You get a menu. It says either complete or test. And if you test, you actually just get in local testing this. You notice these are the stats, and it'll just list out its stats.
Yeah.
So how much sugar left, how much alcohol, or what's the drunk stat, what's all the other stats.
Yeah.
And then after you test it, you can go, okay, I like it right here, and stop the process. And it'll give you a box where you can name it. Then it'll give a box to put in a description, and then finish. And it will give you 100 portions of that alcohol.
Nice. Okay. And then that 100 portions you would decide to cut in half in your distillery and get more alcohol. And then you can if you don't want to do that, you can put it straight into aging and age it for as long as you want, or not age it and go straight to bottling, I guess.
After the fermenting stage, you can go 3 different routes. You can go to the distillery, and you put 100 portions into the distillery, and you say, okay, I want to do a single pass distill. It doubles your alcohol, gives you half the amount back. So you'd have, say this was a 11% alcohol, or a drunk of 11. You put it into distillery, single pass, you'd get it back a drunk of 22, but you'd only have 50 portions left. Simple, straightforward distillery. We're not going to deal with lossage and first head and stuff like that. I didn't want to get too much into details on that. If the community wants at a later date, I can do a distillery app that gets into all that detail. But for now, I don't want to go into that much tenacity. The second option you can do is you can go straight to bottling or kegging. It'll be the same station. You can either put it in bottles or kegs or wine bottles. I'm thinking a regular bottle would be 1 portion, wine bottle would be 5 portions, and a keg, depending on the size of the kegs, you could probably have a 50-portion keg or a 100-portion keg. But there you get to put in your own texture. You can adjust the colors of the liquid. You choose your bottle type, and then those go as a new item in the database for people can claim that type of bottle if they have it in their inventory.
That's going to be awesome.
The third option is going to be the aging barrels. And what you do there is you go up to an aging barrel and you say, okay, I'm throwing 100 portions of this alcohol in. You throw it in and let it sit. The longer it ages, the more the non-alcoholic stats increase.
Mm.
So for every, this isn't a fixed number, this isn't how it's going to be, but say for every week that it's in there, you get 1 point of health, 1 point of um, energy, whatnot. Depends on what the alcohol's base stats are. It
Yep.
would just enhance those stats over time, and you could leave it in there indefinitely.
Wow, indefinitely.
Yeah.
Or until there's an
You
update. I've got to update this thing now.
Well, with the link set data, even updating doesn't wipe out what it's doing.
So okay, so that's true. When we do updates now with all our systems, you can still have your things active, your fermenting going on, your fields going on. Everything will update without breaking everything.
That's what I've got to check.
Actually, speaking of fields, I noticed that on the security is not on those.
It should be. Let me check.
I thought it was too.
Because we've got
it's Sarah. It's actually LadyBug that was saying that on the forums.
Sim item.
And I think the alchemy.
No, we have not done the sim item multi.
Ah.
We've done the minting station, the item. We haven't done the multi-sim item.
So all the gatherables are, but just
the...
Oops.
Yeah, the gatherables are, but the fields are not. Because remember, I was concentrating on getting the open sim fields ready.
Oh yeah, my bad. my bad.
So I've got to go back and do all the fields here in Second Life. And I'll do that after the brewing process is done.
I think we'll do brewing first because everyone's been waiting for years for that one. I think at least 2 years. It's been on the list, and I know some players have they've got sims that are just for brewing and wines, but they're waiting on this. Liliana, I think, was one as well.
Very, very detailed brewing system.
Yeah. It's going to be very interesting to see.
And I should have the fermenter done by late this weekend, I'm thinking.
Yeah, cool. If you get more screenshots and more snippets and stuff, just post it over. I'll put it on the patrons. They can see it
I'm
before.
just trying to decide if I want to go with the actual hydrometer readings, which the true diehard brewers would probably love, or if I just wanted to go to a more simplistic percentage.
Okay. Maybe that's a question we can pose to the community.
Yeah.
That was the alcohol levels. Like if it's a percent of alcohol, is that what you're saying? Yeah. Versus just volume, yeah. I reckon since LadyBug is here, is any questions in the Discord? No questions, and no one is. No. Since LadyBug is here, I'm gonna do my usual. I'm gonna go look at the one by one. I'm going to go through all the worlds that are in the list of Meter website and update it. If anyone has questions, they can ask me while I'm going. But I think I'm going to go to Lycan Sanctuary first, obviously, and if LadyBug wants to, she can give us a tour of it. I can show it on video and then I'll put it on YouTube for people to see. Is that something you'd want to do, LadyBug? Or?
Well, if there's no more questions for me, I'm going to actually bow out because it's almost 1 a.m.
Oh, almost 1 a.m.
And I've got to get up at 7:30 in the morning. So.
Okay. Oh, she does have questions. She just doesn't know how to formulate them right now. Yeah, right. Well, you can ask me, and then we can always if I don't know, I'll ask Drakkhis and wake him up or something. That sounds alright. Well, good, Drak. Thanks for joining. I'll try and do more of these every couple of weeks and get people's inputs and stuff like this. It's really good. See you later, Drak.
Just let me know if the community has anything they want me to clarify or if they have any ideas.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys saw that Aguave was requested and we had it up the same day, so.
Yeah, we got to do more of those. That's really good.
I see LadyBug is typing. I'll wait till.
Tequila.
Well, you have a guave, so. Okay, I am out of here. I'll let you guys do your thing.
No worries, Rack. You have a good one.
You too.
See ya. Alright, I guess we'll go Lycan Sanctuary. I'll go to visit region, copy link. And you can either chat in, I can share the local chat, or you can turn on voice. I can give you a mic and you can give me a tour. I'll follow you around, and then this will go on YouTube since you're here live with us. Depends what you prefer to do. Disable, how do we do this? Invite to speak. Alright, cool. Am I on the right? Yep, I'm landed in the right area. I will give you mic, and then you can give me a tour. I'll follow you around. We go from there. Let's go invite to speak. That should work for you, I think.
Hello.
Hello. Alright, I've broken my script. Salutations. I've broken my HUD again. I'm on your land. I'm just going to find you. Oh, there we are. Greetings and salutations. Been a while since I've had a look at this sim.
Yeah, there have been a few changes.
But I've looked on my own. I've never had you actually give me a tour.
The Monster Cape had to be temporarily taken down.
Yep.
We will see what replaces it in the future.
Okay.
There's more than one level to Lycan Sanctuary. This is the one where all the Second Life Colonies stuff is.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to different levels of the sim, there are different RPs going on.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Now, one thing I have to point out to everyone. See the purple fence?
Yeah, I do. This one here.
Okay. It says right here on the fence at every entrance. Area inside purple fence guarded by Lycan warriors 24 hours a day. Do not enter unless you have active pack ID tags.
Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take off my HUD so I don't get attacked for now.
That is wise. Yeah, you either take it off or set it to out of character, or those Lycans will get you.
The wolves. Or Lycans.
Now, admittedly, there's equipment here that is not.
Yeah, but that's like
it's
like every sim.
Okay. We have 5 cooking stations, and oftentimes the cook has got all 5 tied up.
Wow.
And that's not a bad thing.
No, it's not.
If we go inside here, this is, the weaving shed. There's stuff for another system on one side of the room, and on this side of the room here, where I'm looking, we have the spinning wheel, loom, sewing table, and
That's cool.
dye vat. Which has been, a lot of fun and sometimes a bit of a headache. Since if you dye the fabric before you sew it into something, it does not actually gain stats. And
that was brought up in the forums, wasn't it?
It was. I do not know if that'll ever be fixed, but now
it will be fixed. But yeah.
Right now it's just a little frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if we go right here, of course we have the butcher station, and we have 2 vats for dealing with hides and making leather and parchment.
Mm-hmm.
We have, of course, our mill,
Yeah, that's going to have some agave in it soon, isn't it?
It's definitely gonna have the agave in it.
Agave, yeah.
This is my house. People that are part of the sim are allowed to enter here. I'm letting you come in for just a little tour. As you can see, the majority of what is in here is
Your favourite.
colonies. When Dove, who, it's one of my alts, is in here playing with potions. She's got 3 alchemy stations and, of course, the alchemy table. Or herbalist table. Blah.
Nice.
We've got potion storage, herb storage, catalyst storage.
Mm-hmm.
We have my bed. Don't sleep in my bed unless you want to face the Lycan. We have meat storage, cold storage, forage storage, crop storage, shop storage, farm storage, miscellaneous storage, and we have seeds over here. The ice chest or something else.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's an SLC bed, is it? So don't... Yeah, okay, yeah. Nice.
Yeah, the ice chests are from a different farming system.
Mm-hmm.
As I said, there's different farming stuff because, you look over that way, you got the other farming stuff, and you look over this way, you got the SLC.
Hey,
and of course,
it's all good.
We've got 4 fields for vegetables, 4 fields for wet, more than 4 of the regular fields, and 4 vineyards, which are currently not planted, but Peter, the brewer, got interrupted in the middle of that. We have, of course, this shop building here.
Here we go.
We've got the 2 presses outside.
Mm-hmm. Make your
Right
juices.
now, we have a mash tun. It's going. It's creating our own special wheat mash.
Ooh.
This will become
secret recipe.
LS. This will become LS whiskey.
Oh, yum.
But
Are you going to have?
Telling you what's in it.
Are you going to have different age variations and different percentages of alcohols and stuff that people can pick?
There's probably going to be different variations of it, but
nice.
This is going to be, basic start of it.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be fun to see.
I've got 6 fermenters, and I'm thinking I need to pick up at least 1 or 2 more mash tuns.
Considering it takes an hour per mash, yeah, maybe. Who knows? We'll see.
And then, of course, we do have 1 distiller. I might have to get a second.
We'll see. I think Drakkhis is thinking 1 cycle of 1 product will be 4 hours. So 100 units, 4 hours. Something like that. So it's not too slow. It's not as slow as a fermenting process, I suppose.
It's not, but if I'm doing a lot of distilling, I might want another.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
On this side of the room, of course, we've got the carpentry. We've got the mint, the smelter, the
forge. Yeah.
We have the weapons assembly table, we have the weapons repair table, we have the engineering table, and of course we have the research station. So we've got
a
everything.
Lot of stuff.
Right now we have I just found 320. Over here, of course, this is the last of the old brewery stuff that's being aged, and I, want to age that into barrels just because I had it.
Yep.
This one's, vinegar, white wine, red wine, sake.
I can't believe all this is pretty much going away, where it's going to be your own names and your own products. Like, it's not limited to what we've created anymore. It's going to be so fun.
It's going to be redone over here. depending on what I need, I may have to pick up more aging stations because I'm going to be very, very busy.
Yeah, well, given that you can age for as long as you like, there is no limit. You can age until you're happy with the product you've got.
And of course,
We've still got to fix these. I've got to fix these too. I've still got the wet fields have still got things coming out of the water onto the soil, which needs to be sorted out.
That's
small.
up
Yeah,
to
it's
you.
only visual, but we'll fix it. We just want to get these new products out before we start working on the little things.
I understand. Of course, we have 2 of these wind pumps.
Mm-hmm.
I have currently a storage of water that is, oh my God, a lot of water. So, Humbly, another one of my lovely personalities, she gave somebody, I think, 10,000 units of water
Mm-hmm.
this morning because they just started out. They have no water. They had no clue about the wind pumps.
That was very nice of you.
I got extra. I do not mind giving them enough water to tide them over till they've got it figured out. I, of course, do have the breeding pens, so I've got cows, sheep, pigs, chickens all breeding, and I have the animals here where I can gather from them. I recently had to move them closer together because I needed a throughway for a piece of equipment that drives through, and it was catching on fields and cows, and it just didn't work.
Those are some
of course,
bright fields over there. bright. Yeah, got to catch up to you.
But, we're back towards the front. I do have, of course, mine nodes and trees set up in the back. I don't have any maples currently because I gathered sap.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm also working on that maple decor.
Nice.
And, of course, that's the farm. That's inside the purple fence.
And this is the safe zone.
Outside the purple fence, safe zone, free gathering. We have fish. We have ponds that you can actually get a jar of water from.
Nice.
We have a mailbox, which is a nice thing. We have, a tip jar for, donate, but that's completely optional.
Oh.
We have the weaving station and pottery station, which are free to use for anybody who gathers clay and reeds and water. We have 2 market stalls. We have this one.
Nice.
And we have the one over by the tavern. We have trees of every kind. This is also a water source that can be gathered from. We have clay, reeds, berries. Map gathering is completely allowed, except for, don't go into the purple fence. If you want to go to a different level of the sim and map gather where there's no Lycan reserves, that's also acceptable. We do have the tavern here, which, I hope to have some social events here. We do have, of course, a few barrels of the older. So we have sake and vodka over here, and I believe we have whiskey and wine over here.
Nice.
That is set to sell. And we do have the social stone. And of course, I recently put out a couple of game tables so people can play 3D or Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah.
And like I said, here's the other market stall. That's just this level of it. Over on this side, and yeah, there are trees out in the free gathering zone, so bring your axe. But over on this side, there's actually private homes that are orbed. So if you go too close, you're going to get TP'd away, and that we did that because somebody was rude enough to go into one of those homes and attack a female member of the sim. And, you know, machine gun clicking somebody's spankers is very rude, especially when they're in their private space.
Yep.
And so that's why the orb got put in place, because she didn't deserve that. And anybody who does that sort of stuff here, well, they're breaking one of the 4 laws of the pack.
Okay.
The 4 laws of the pack are marked on the purple fence. It says here, house rules. Rule 1, respect. Rule 2, have fun. Rule 3, be who you are. Rule 4, if 2 or 3 violate 1, refer to Rule 1.
Cool. That's good.
If you're going into somebody's space and attacking them in that manner, you're definitely violating Rule 1. And if you go in and you try and steal, you're violating Rule 1. So if you get caught, not only do you have to face the Lycan Rezzers, you will be banned.
Ooh. Dun dun dun.
So all these Panther girls that come in here and try and steal herbs and stuff, well, you face the Lycans, and then you face the Wrath of the Elder.
Well, Drakkhis will fix that after the brewing system. We won't have that issue with them gathering what they can't gather. So that will be, at least you won't have to worry about that too much.
Well, I honestly, if these Panther girls would come to me and say, I'm kind of short this herb, do you have some to spare? I might see if I have some to spare. I might trade for some. But if they come and steal it, then they can get a free flying lesson.
Okay. Well, that's
and
good.
I'm sure you completely understand that point of view.
Yeah, of course. Alright, so that's a wonderful sim you have. It's good to see all the products.
We did have Monster Cave, and I hope I can bring back something like that, because having a Minotaur and a Lich that people could fight and get to mines was kind of fun.
Yeah, I bet. It's good to use the weapon system.
We'll see what comes of that in the future.
Yep.
And there's still deer around here that you can hunt. Perfectly acceptable.
Oh, is there? Let's have a look.
Yeah, there's at least 2 deer that wander around.
I think I gotta change my I'm gonna go. Whoops. Aha, I can see. Oh yeah, there we go. Some deer. Oh, you got a pharmacy.
Yeah, yeah. That corner of this particular level, there is actually a maternity clinic, which is accepting Mama Alpa and hands-on mommy and love mama patients.
Oh, that's right. You told me about this. Yeah, that you're qualified in the Mama Alpha.
Dove is well trained in the subject, and she will be taking the test again on Thursday. The first time was a bit of a debacle because the examiner had this, you must take it orally, that does not work with my aphasia.
Yeah.
And the second time the examiner said I really needed a do-over because at that time I was suffering from a dislocated hip.
Oh, okay.
And her form needed some fixing because there were a couple of questions that could not properly be answered the way the form was formatted.
Hmm. Okay.
But I will try again.
And I just saw on chat, excavator. You've got a BU excavator here.
Yes, I do have a BU excavator. There is some use of that particular system.
What does that do?
A little bit. Well, BU is a third.
Yeah, I know BU.
Farming.
I don't know what the excavator does. That's pretty cool.
Oh, the excavator in that system is specifically for mining, but you don't just get metals, you might also get bags of trash. But the thing about the bags of trash is if they have good stuff in them, you can turn it into fodder or into fertilizer.
Nice. Cool.
And that's handy in that system. But, I play with the different farm systems because it entertains me.
Yep.
And admittedly, I like the SLC system because you have the opportunity to make your own recipes and create all sorts of fascinating, wonderful stuff.
Yeah, it's not set recipes by the creators anymore.
Yeah, and I mean, the other systems, they have the set recipes, and it's an interesting challenge to see what you can come up with. But in the end, you have to find what system works for you or what systems work for you and go with it.
Yeah, it's all about the interactivity in your sim and just enjoying it.
Second Life is about having your fantasy and enjoying yourself.
Correct.
If your fantasy is have a farm and build and all that, then that's what you play. And I grew up in a greenhouse because my grandparents sold bedding plants. So I am constantly looking at different farming simulators and different systems, and it amuses me because it's like, Grandma taught me about those in real life.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks heaps for showing us around your land. Really appreciate it. I might also, after this, have a look at, I think, Kamura Kraken Cove, because I know they've got a lot of modified items. I just want to show how people use the system, but also modify all the mesh and stuff. But yeah, go ahead. What were you saying?
There's other levels of this sim, like I said, other RPs going on. So there's a space station above us, and down below us there's a future city, and so it's, you're getting a look at the space station right now.
That's pretty cool.
That's more or less a space hotel at the moment. Most of it is individual quarters that people are allowed in, and there is a private bath, which it's adult rated, and what goes on in there stays in there. Unless unless you're one to talk.
Well, it doesn't look like anyone, checking the minimap, doesn't look like anyone's in there busy, so we'll be safe to just,
Yeah.
And you said
it's safe to look around. The main person who lives up there is Usa. She's sort of a refugee from a Trek sim. She had enough and had to retire somewhere and was offered safe haven.
Okay. See, there's a racetrack and stuff on the. Whoops.
There's there is a racetrack, and
There we go.
um,
I think I've got. Here we go. Right.
okay, you're looking at town level. That's the road between town level and ground level.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
And it's pretty hellacious to ride your motorcycle on that.
Yeah, it looks very twisty.
I did try to take the BU excavator down at once, but no, never again.
Oh Jesus.
Well, the thing about that BU excavator is it's very gas hungry.
Hmm.
So at a certain point, I had to stop, turn around, and go back up to town level because I was using more gas than I was willing to use.
Wow. Cool.
There is a fire department on this sim that uses HD equipment,
Mm-hmm.
and that's really interesting. And of course, there is a police department, and there is a clinic on that level as well, but they are not a birthing center.
Okay. It's cool.
The birthing center up here, there's also a room that BU patients can be seen for BU illnesses, which is completely crazy because they have some made up ones that it's like, yeah, you don't want that.
Yeah. Alright, I think I'm going to go down the list of sims and have a quick look. If no one's in them, I'll just have a quick look, and if there's someone in them and they want to talk, I'll let them show us around and go from there.
Alright, I can probably leave the stage now. I have to take care of some other stuff. But it was fun showing you around.
No worries, thanks for showing us. You have a good day.
You too.
I reckon I'm going to go down the list of sims on our meter website, which, if you're not already a member of the system, this is the page I'm talking about in the chat. I'm just going to go down this list and visit some sims and see what they've been up to lately, and say g'day if I see anyone. Maybe Axel is here today. I can say hi to him. Let's go instant message. Say g'day. Alright, let this load in. This is the vendor store. Yep, they're selling some of their items. Okay, so it's I am not vendors. They're I am him, and he will sell you the stuff. And then it's okay. As you know, we don't have vendors in our system like other systems out there where you can sell your things for lindens using linden coins and get the product. All our items are mostly virtual items, but I suppose if you do want to trade in person using this trade feature here, oh, my HUD just broke again because I think I've still got an old version on. Just put this back on. That was Lycan Sanctuary, the last one I was showing. Yeah, so if you use the inbuilt trade feature, which is this little thing here, I believe. No, that's to give money. Trade is inventory button. And trade, you can trade your items directly with people. So if you want to do that, nothing's stopping you. Where is Axel? Probably don't want to cam. Yeah, he's here. Okay. What's he got? Okay, Ara Life. Another system. Alright, I think that's it. I'll move on to the next sim, which Kimura Kraken Cove I know has a lot of, they've used our system, but they've customized a lot of the mesh, because all our things are modifiable, so it suits his theme. It's that Japanese style. So let's let this load. We'll see if we can find any customized items, because I have to actually know what they look like if they're custom mesh. I know there was reed around here last time I was here. There isn't today. Let's see if I can walk along here without falling off into the water. Ooh, the sim surround is loading. I better bring this back down. 500 meters, not too bad. Come on, sim surround load, would ya? There we go. It's quite a nice looking sim. Let's do a loop. Let me put my Discord over here in case I'm missing any chats. Now, there's some cows not modified. Take it this is frozen because of the ice. It's the snow season for him. Nice, nice. Chicken coop. Some sheep. I think he's using modified. Yeah, he is. So he's changed the breeding station a little bit. Same with the sheep itself. They're his own sheep, I believe. Yep. To make it look more realistic and in theme. I've got some SLC plus some GNS stuff here for blacksmithing. Rentals. Restricted areas, yeah, you gotta be careful with those sometimes. Some more little rentals, I believe. I know he was waiting for the fields to be modifiable so that he could have fields that match his theme here on the sim. It's really nice. Oh, what's this? No, it hasn't changed that. It's a really nice sim. I'm going to run and lose some energy. So when you run, you do lose energy. So Peter, are you a player yet, or are you just haven't looked today? Energy's going down. And I know if you fly, you also lose a lot more energy. See what else is in their shops here. I have seen the social stone here, and they have changed it into their own little urn kind of type of thing set up. He's got some vendors. Okay, so he's made his own vendors using some mesh. The marketplace is completely different. It's a little I can't tell what it is until it's loaded. A tuba. Okay. Chuba. Mailbox has been changed to scrolls. That's a good idea. Into a desk with scrolls. That's pretty cool. Alright. Nice. It's a very nice sim. Always good to see a little change of scenery during the seasons as well. This is normally green, luscious green, and today it's winter. Very cool to see how people use the system on their own lands. Zoom out. The owner's not here to have a chat. No. Oh, local resident without permission. You have. Okay, yeah. There, you get warned. Don't go to residential area. You get ejected. All right. We'll go into the next sims. Right down on here. Stuffs. Okay. SLC GB Estate by Black. Been here before. Nice members as well. Open to more players. I know the public area is your has got a cave system, and the membership area is up outside. Yeah, you can hide all your text from the HUD, so you don't have to, when you're in other people's sims, you don't have to have everything showing, or if you've got your own floating text that you prefer to have, you don't have to have this one sort of mixing up with it. Access for residents only. So they've got some things you can use. Some gatherable mines, ores. Free to use down here. The best way, I'd say, would be to browse some of these sims, get the HUD, browse some of these sims. With the HUD you get a bunch of tools. See if any of the sims, if you see anyone around, or even if you right click some of the items and find out who the owner is, you can just directly IM them and see if they're looking for colony members to join them to help out. And then there's these colony signs as well. So you can request to join a colony and be a member, and then they'll give you access to the rest of the land. So I don't know if I still got access. Have a look. Yeah, I still got access. They gave me access. So this is one of their market areas for everything they do, GNS, SLC, everything like that. There. Yeah, best way would be to browse and talk to people and see if they're willing to, if you haven't got your own land. If you've got your own house, you can get started by, like, let's say you want to make your kitchen interactive so you can cook. You can do that. I can show you a cooking station, how it works if you haven't seen it before. So you have your own land. So you can, let me show you a cooking station. Like, is it big land, or is it like a house, or it depends what you're into, really. Access for residents. See if I do have access. Okay. See if it lets me out. Oh, beautiful. Out of the cave. I have 10 seconds to get out. Alright, I am getting out before I get ejected. Back into this block. I'll show you basically, let's have a look. I'll go home quickly. So if you've got land, you've got your own little private house and you're thinking of making it interactive in any way, you can. Let's say you have a kitchen. a modern kitchen. You don't like the medieval theme that we've got. These kitchens are totally cooking station modifiable. I don't know if I've got the latest one though. So this is our cooking station. I'll show you how it works and what it does. This is using our mesh, but you can of course use your own mesh. So you'd hit craft, use HUD or web page. If you have issues with HUD, you can go to web page. The HUD will load up. I'll move this across so you can see outside of there. Let it load. So like go around lands, gather some, go fishing on the free lands that you can go fishing if you don't have your own fishing pool. Grab some fish, grab some fruit from fruit trees like at Lady Sarah's land there, Lycan Sanctuary. Don't go past the blue fence if you're not a member. Grab fish, grab fruit, anything else you can trade. In here you can like put it together. You can choose, I want one barley, I'll click barley, I want to put, 3 of them together. It will tell you you're going to gain 3 hunger. You're going to get, so there's hunger stats in here if you go show stats. I'm hungry, I've got 5 hunger. This will take away 3 of my hunger when I eat it. And then I've also got thirst, I can gain thirst and so on. You can combine more things, like I've got beef tenderloin, I can combine it. I'll add the 1. And then I can check the recipe. So I've got barley and beef, check the recipe, see if someone's already made it. I've got to choose if it's food or drink. This is food, check recipe. It's not created by anyone. Now I'm the first creator. I can add any name I want for this recipe and a description. And I can choose an icon that I want to use for this recipe in the system, and then I can cook it, and it will cook over whatever amount of time it takes. Now if you've got your own house and you like the modern look, you can, for example, I'll just make a box. It just represents your own mesh in your own house. I can grab this cooking station. Now the master prims are these little pegs here. I can edit this link. I think the newest mesh is actually a square. Unlink it from this mesh. Now I can delete this mesh, take it away. Yep. Yes. And these pegs that I've just made floating here. Whoop. The new version is a box, so you'll be able to make it transparent and then link it. It's got to be parent, unlink, sorry. So this one has to be, these little pegs have to be the parent, the master prim. Link, and I'm going to make it transparent. So now this mesh in my house is now completely modified into my own kitchen. See, craft, HUD, and it push the HUD out of the master prim. So it fully works as the other stuff, as everything else. So you can use your own theme and stuff. All right. I'm going to continue browsing on my own time after getting done with some real life things I've got to get through. Is there any other questions I can quickly answer before I take off? Because I've got to go drive to the shop with the missus. So I can quickly answer anything else before I go. Otherwise, send me a DM in here. Yep, cool. Send me any DMs you have about the system in Discord, and I'll reply when I get back. I can even reply through my phone. I've got Discord on there. And I'll keep looking at the other sims. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for all joining, yeah? See you guys. Yeah, I'm free now.